This video is a quick overview about the evidence from a discovery in Scotland where they have found a massive ceremonial site. The discoveries were made while the A75 Dunragit bypass was being built, starting all the way back in 2012. Work on the road has now been completed, and on Thursday, March 25th, the news came out about the findings from the archaeologists. My name is Kaylee, and join me in finding out more about an area that could potentially be equally as important as the Brunabóin in Ireland and the Salisbury Plain in Wiltshire. Located in the council area of Dumfries and Galloway, in the southwest of Scotland along the coast lies the A75 motorway. During excavations done between 2012 and 2014, the archaeologists have stumbled upon many incredible finds, leading them to believe the area was a ceremonial complex on the scale of the Ring of Brodgar and the Ness of Brodgar in Orkney, or the Salisbury Plain in Wiltshire, England. This ceremonial site spans approximately 2.5 kilometers, where numerous discoveries have been made, with the finds spanning a time period of 8,000 years. During the excavations, the archaeologists stumbled upon Mesolithic activity in the area, and they divided this activity in two phases. The first phase of activity spanned from 7048 BCE until 6003 BCE, more than 1,000 years of continuous activity. Located between the West Challach, East Challach, Borland Cottage Upper and Mains of Park sites, it is within this area that the archaeologists have discovered the remnants of the earliest known house in Scotland. This house, or hut, dates back to approximately 6800 BCE, making it the earliest known substantial structure that has been uncovered in the southwest of Scotland, dating from the Mesolithic era and almost 9,000 years old. This house was located in West Challach on the edge of the former estuary, which existed here throughout prehistory and has since disappeared. Near the house was a hearth that was used for 1,000 years before the house got constructed, dating all the way back to 7700 BCE, during the time after the last ice age when humans started to resettle Scotland once more. The researchers dated the hazel charcoal found within this hearth and got three dates: 7700 BCE, 7600 BCE, and 7560 BCE. The evidence in this area suggests that the location was deliberately chosen. The inhabitants were able to exploit the available resources of fish, shellfish, as well as land animals on the hunting grounds in the hinterland. For the non-native English speakers, a hinterland is the area behind the coast or shoreline of a sea, ocean, or river. The second phase of activity was within the Drachdale Holdings and the Drumflower sites. They were active for approximately 700 years, between 5676 BCE and 4901 BCE. This became evident from the earliest and latest dates from these sites. These phases of activity suggest a switch from east to west over time, which may have been due to rising water levels during this period in the eastern Dunragit sites. A possible cursus monument in a cathedral style near Dunragit has been uncovered. This complex seems to date from 3800 BCE and was built by the surrounding community living in the area and visited in large numbers for ritualistic activities. A line of Neolithic post holes were discovered by archaeologists along a ridge towards Drachdale Mound with views over Luce Bay. Dr. Kenny Brophy, a senior lecturer in archaeology at the Glasgow University, has said that the area appeared to be crossed by routes to this significant place. He said, "Dunragit is a significant location, likely a preeminent ceremonial power centre in the Neolithic period of Britain and Ireland. The evidence suggests that this power was not related to isolation. The perceived remoteness of this place today from major population centres is misleading, but rather from connections to both the remainder of northern Britain and also the so-called Irish Sea Zone." One of the most incredible artifacts found at the location was a very rare and complete set of jewellery. A 167-piece jet bead necklace and a 32-piece jet bead necklace and a bracelet dating to around 2000 BCE. They have found multiple ceremonial Neolithic structures dating from 6,000 years ago, two Bronze Age cemeteries dating from between 4,000 and 3,500 years ago, and an Iron Age village dating from between 2,200 and 1,900 years ago. Because of the Dunragit Bypass project and the archaeologists hired to do the research on what lay beneath the route, the remarkable history of the area has been brought to life. A Transport Scotland spokesperson said, "These publications provide a fascinating glimpse into the past, which would not have been uncovered had work on the A75 Dunragit bypass not progressed. We would like to take this opportunity to thank the archaeologists for their work in analyzing these finds. Finds like these show us that while we at times may think we've uncovered most of our ancient past, there is still much more under the ground waiting for someone to stumble upon and be uncovered. So that we may find out more as this journey into humanity's ancient past will never truly end. This area has piqued my personal interest enough to create a deep dive in the future. I have found the publication created by Warren Bailey, Operations Director of the Guard Archaeology, which I will look into in the future. I would love to take the time and research the entire area and be able to give you the full scope of the findings and the underlying story of the people who used to live here, just like we have done with the deep dives about Stonehenge Landscape, Carrowmore and Carrowkeel. I will, however, include the links to the publications from Warren Bailey in the description down below for those who can't wait for more information. The Done Ragged Monograph is the incredible detailed research publication, but there is the Done Ragged booklet as well, which is more for the general reader. But with that said, you've reached the end of this video. If you enjoyed watching, then don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you'd like to see more of these kind of videos, and click the bell icon for notifications every time I upload. If you haven't seen my previous videos yet, then click the card in the upper right corner or click the link in the description down below. I'd also like to thank my Patreons, James, Scott, Richard, Barry, Floyd and NGC6543. And with that said, I will see you next time.